Morning. It is Wednesday, the 22nd of January, 10:30. Today's video is about rituals, passive freedom, which is a weird expression to use, but kind of one that I'm slowly adopting, and the pursuit of being a rational being. So I've been really into this book over the last week or so since having it. It's dirt cheap on Amazon right now. It's like £4.66, just under a fiver. Meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. Absolutely loving it in terms of if I do some exercise, if I wake up cloudy, I can just read a page and just zone into clarity month. I always used to think that the start of the year's energy, the reason why I had so much momentum energy at the beginning of the year was because it was just like a fresh year. It was a blank slate. It was like I've got 12 months to make something happen, a year in my life. And yet on top of that, I always thought it was the star sign thing as well. I always thought it was I'm a Capricorn, so therefore I'm a ground sign, so I'm affected by the environment and having my feet on the ground and being in touch with nature. That's why I love being in the forest and the countryside so much. But actually, I'm realizing that a lot of it has to do with being very stoic about the way that I live my day-to-day life. And I never really like to be one of those people who gets put into a box. I'm not left or right or indifferent. I don't feel like I'm left or right, but I probably am. But I don't like the idea of being put in a box and labeled, and that's what you are, and you can never change, or you can never adapt, or you can never grow out of that. It feels very suppressing. It feels like being very caged in. So this book is helping me a lot in terms of verbiage and just delivery and just acknowledgement and reflection, making me realize that a lot of the things that I have running that are all running in parallel, those things in the past really affect where I'm at or where I want to go to. And so that's been very important for me to meditate on those actions, to spend time to be all right, what's working? What do I want to achieve? What's working? How can I better that? How can I 5x, 10x that? Because once I get to a certain level where I can literally just be everything's covered, my food, my accommodation, my things for my daughter, things for my partner, flights to go and see, people around the globe. Once I get those kind of things sorted, then I can take a month off and learn a new tool without feeling that background ebbing of you've got to get this done. So this has been really helpful to record every single day. I also did a post this morning about YouTube, about the fact that I never realized it, but it's 15 years since I've been on the platform. Now I was monetized on that platform at one point, but they changed some regulations, and it was I need 1,000 subs. And it was I'm never going to get to 1,000 subs. And then they changed it again, which was 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours from the previous year, which seems almost impossible to get to as somebody less than that. But I guess if your content is really good, you'll smash those hours anyway. And I think if you hit 1,000, they'll probably reevaluate your content and be okay, I can see where you can trend from here. I also had a very thoughtful comment this morning that said, your thumbnails are specifically for YouTube, and they're kind of samey, and so you need to make them a bit more catchy. I know I need to conform and be compliant and just accept it and get on with it, but I don't know, I've never been, or at least I don't want to be the sheep culture of just following along with stuff. It's a bit like tech reviewers, right? I love the effort and time that tech reviewers put into describing a product, but really when you break it apart, it's just really, really high quality cameras with really good glass and incredible lighting. Sometimes the actual review and the depth of it isn't that great, but because they've got really expensive, good quality equipment, you kind of forget about all that. It's funny how the illusion of quality is built around things like that. I mean, Tech Ferrari, again, they have legacy, they build incredible things, incredible engineering, they have history, and so that goes into the product as well, but also they make stunningly awesome to look at pieces of art. So I guess it's art really that wins at the end of the day, and it's about the eye of the beholder and subjectiveness. So the better quality that you can make, you can forgive the story, I guess, or the video. I always used to go from the mantra as a video blogger from the very beginning that audio quality forgave bad video quality, but I guess in the YouTube world now, things like video quality that is not perfect and lighting that's not perfect is the thing that makes you really stand out, and people be yeah, it's all right, but you need a certain amount of groupthink for people to almost validate your existence on video platforms these days. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. I commented on a video yesterday of a lady called Sorel Amour. About 3 or 4 years ago, she did this pin-up thing. I can't remember how it was, but you could see the determination in her, and I knew she would do something awesome at some point with video. And she jumped straight in, and she's like, I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous, so that helps her massively. But actually, behind that beauty, she's like super fucking smart, like, and super willing to be vulnerable about not knowing all the things, being creative about it. Now she's got like this awesome like Skillshare course going, and in 3.5 years she's like grown her channel to like 1 million followers, and now she lives in Iceland, all in 3.5 years, which is pretty incredible. And it makes me feel pretty crappy that I've been on YouTube for 15 years and can't even get over 1,000 subs. And I get it, my content's not great, or it's like I'm not willing to unlock a certain side of me because I feel like it's a vulnerability of some kind, or willing to share certain things. But I honestly think this clarity, like from this stoic, the daily stoic, is helping me a lot in January. And I realize that January is really not about fresh energy, clear the slate, let's get going. It's about clarity. Like, it's about like, where am I, what am I doing, where do I want to go, and then just fucking laser on that. So I'm having to rework a lot of my daily rituals, which is a lot of behavioral like hacking of myself. It's like I literally have to stop doing things in a certain way, like the behaviors that I fall into when it comes to food I've been doing really good on actually, but it's this morning I still bought like stuff that I shouldn't from the shop. So anyway, it's clarity month. I'm gonna probably do a different kind of thumbnail this morning for YouTube and see if there's any difference in views, and also maybe set up some cards, you know, there's like end cards and stuff. I'm going to probably do that as well, just to see what kind of difference it makes. Maybe just changing up the graphics and the thumbnails and adding some tags will make a bit of a difference. And believe me, it's not about, oh, I want monetization because I need the money. Like, obviously money would be great, but it was only $20 or $30 a month on AdSense anyway. So anyway, I will catch up with you later. I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Drifting